Can I ask you a question?
As long as it's not about my eye.
Today we're peeling back the blood-soaked layers of a Swedish exploitation classic that's equal parts brutal.
When cruelty knows no bounds, when evil knows no limits, revenge strikes with its most frightening power.
Bizarre and, dare I say, beautiful. I'm talking about Thriller, a cruel picture, also known as...
They called her One Eye.
Or Hooker's Revenge from 1973. Buckle up because this ride is wild, raw, and not for the faint of heart. A mute young woman named Madeline. Where have I reviewed mute leading ladies before on this channel?
Most of them don't know how to keep quiet, but I think you set a new record.
Played by the mysterious Christina Lindberg. Is scarred by a childhood trauma so harrowing it steals her voice.
And she'll still never be right in the head, mark my words.
Years later, she's lured into a car by a slimy pimp named Tony.
I'll bet you can't give me one reason why you shouldn't ride with me into town.
Portrayed with icy menace by Heinz Hopf.
So what I'm saying is very simply, you've been hooked. And without your jolt, you can last 48 hours at best.
What follows is a descent into hell, forced heroin addiction, prostitution, and an eye-gouging scene that'll make you clutch your face in sympathy. But Madeline, she doesn't break. She instead trains, driving, shooting, fighting, and transforms into a one-eye angel of vengeance. Clad in black, ready to dish out some slow-motion justice. Now what makes Thriller stand out in a sea of gritty exploitation flicks, director Bo Arne Vibenius, hiding under the pseudonym Alex Friedolinsky, wasn't just making a movie, he was swinging for the fences. After losing money on an earlier project, he declared this would be the most commercial film ever made. And boy, did he lean on that promise. Hardcore adult-themed inserts? Check. Speaking of Lindberg, the crew took out a massive life insurance policy on her because, get this, they were firing real bullets during the shootouts. She's dodging live rounds like it's Tuesday. That infamous eye stab, legend has it that Friedolinsky used the actual corpse of a woman who had taken her own life to get that stomach-churning close-up. Christina Lindberg herself confirmed it in interviews, saying they sourced it from a morgue. Ethical? Nope. Effective? Disturbingly so.
Oh yeah. One eye, you mean.
Meanwhile, those hardcore sex scenes? Not her. That's Romeo and Juliet, a couple famous for roving Europe in a van doing live adult shows. This flick was marketed as the first film ever banned in Sweden. Not true. The film The Gardener beat it to the punch in 1912. But it sure sounds cool, right? One Eye itself is a fever dream. The pacing's uneven, the slow-mo violence, courtesy of Sam Peckinpah's playbook, gets a bit tedious and the plot's as thin as a razor blade. But when it works, it works. The soundtrack's sparse, but when it hits, it's a haunting echo of despair. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 tentacles. It's messy, shocking, and it's got more guts than a slaughterhouse floor. So, if you're a fan of this weird and wild genre, and brave enough to stare in its one good eye, then this shotgun blast of excitement is for you. Until next time.
I came out here to offer you a deal.
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And hail Cthulhu!